It's not just that you're a crook, Senator. It's that you're attacking the health of the people that you represent.
Last night, there was a debate between Georgia's Republican Senator David Perdue and Democratic candidate Jon Ossoff. Now, I have a clip here, and it is the only clip that matters. Jon Ossoff, even though I've been critical of him in the past when he ran for Congress, he's too centrist for me. But between these two, the choice is obvious. You're going to see Jon Ossoff here completely dismantle David Perdue in just a minute. Check this out.
Well, perhaps Senator Perdue would have been able to respond properly to the COVID-19 pandemic if you hadn't been fending off multiple federal investigations for insider trading. It's not just that you're a crook, Senator. It's that you're attacking the health of the people that you represent. You did say COVID-19 was no deadlier than the flu. You did say there would be no significant uptick in cases. All the while, you were looking after your own assets and your own portfolio, and you did vote 4 times to end protections for pre-existing conditions. 4 times. And the legislation that you tout, the PROTECT Act, it includes loopholes that specifically allow insurance companies to deny policies to Georgians with pre-existing conditions. Can you look down the camera and tell the people of this state why you voted 4 times to allow insurance companies to deny us health coverage because we may suffer from diabetes or heart disease or asthma or have cancer in remission? Why, Senator?
Incredible. And David Perdue, just looking at the camera the whole time, I'm not sure if that's working the way he thinks it works. He just looks really uncomfortable there. He's not even able to look at Jon Ossoff as he's calling out all the things that he has done, which I'm going to bring up in a second here. I'm also going to discuss where the polling sits right now in Georgia between these two. First, on the insider trading. Check this out. Perdue says his perfectly timed stock trades are completely innocent. This is a headline from the Daily Beast. The Georgia senator pushed to roll back regulations on prepaid debit cards. Then he acquired stock in an industry leader. This is exactly what people hate about politicians, working in their own interests. Perdue doing that directly. Look, I'm not in Georgia, so I'm not sure how aware people are in the state of this, but how can you possibly vote for somebody who did this? Completely ridiculous. Common Dreams here. Writing in May, on a call with local business owners, Perdue defended his state's reopening by comparing the risk of contracting COVID-19 to that of getting into a car accident and said, quote, "We've had ordinary flu seasons with more deaths than we're seeing now in this one," which is not true. At the time, about 80,000 people had died of the disease in the U.S., and Georgia had reported 1,557 cases of COVID-19 in just 4 months, more than the number of car accidents in the state in all of 2018. And recently, Perdue has offered effusive praise to President Donald Trump over his handling of the pandemic, as Trump has crisscrossed the country, claiming at rallies that the U.S. is rounding the corner, even as the country sets single-day case records. The U.S. right now, when you compare it to other countries, as I do in a lot of my videos, it is not good. Trump and the Republicans are a unique threat. They did not at all handle this properly and continue to deny the American people help. And Perdue, of course, right along with that. This from PolitiFact. David Perdue says his policy is that health insurance should always cover pre-existing conditions for any one period. Their fact check here is false. Now, of course, with any fact checker, it's important to fact check the fact checker, but their claim here is exactly correct. As they state here, Perdue has voted to do away with Obamacare and the protections in it and the protections it provides. His bill to provide similar protections contains loopholes for insurance companies. As Ossoff pointed out, Perdue weighed in on the side of extended short-term plans, which can legally deny coverage based on pre-existing conditions. And based on Perdue's history here, of course, he's working in self-interest. He does not at all care about the help that people need. He only cares about his own interests and the people that give him money, like insurance companies. Now, let's take a look at this polling. So there are 2 Senate races in Georgia right now, which is crazy. But looking at the Ossoff-Perdue race, you see here the 2 most recent polls. Public policy polling here, Ossoff leading 47% to 44%. And in citizen data poll, Ossoff leading 47 to 40%. Jon Ossoff looking fairly good so far, at least in most recent polling. We can go back as well. Let's take a look at yesterday. If there is one with him in it. Here we go. 49-48 from Monmouth University, so a lot closer there. And same with these, much closer. All right. And Real Clear Politics poll average also puts Perdue ahead by 0.2%. This is a very, very, very close race. It's going to require a massive turnout. And it's something that we are already seeing. This headline from October 13th, Georgia breaks turnout record for first day of early voting. State's office says more than 128,000 Georgians went to the polls. Compare that to the highest turnout, 91,000, cast on the first day of early voting in 2016. Looking pretty good. Now, of course, a lot of that as well could be new Trump supporters who didn't vote last time. So keep that in mind. But usually, the higher the turnout, the better it is for Democrats. At the same time, a lot of people are early voting now because of COVID-19. So if same-day voting drops considerably, which it likely will, but drops to the point that the turnout is even less than 2016, then, of course, this early turnout it nullifies that. But if you have a strong turnout in early voting and a strong turnout when it comes to same-day voting, there could be some major victories here on Election Day. And clearly, this race in Georgia is one to watch.